Keith Allen, star of Below Deck Sailing Yacht, has had a significant impact on the charter season and franchise viewers, making him a fan favorite and someone the brand needs going forward. In many ways, Season 5 of Below Deck Sailing Yacht has been disappointing, but Keith has been a ray of hope during a disorienting and gloomy time. Keith arrived to Below Deck Sailing Yacht having a good deal of experience working as a deckhand on the Parsifal Roman III under Captain Glenn Shephard. Keith has been able to make an impression on Captain Glenn and First Officer Gary King, his immediate boss, thus far this season. Although Keith's skills have been solid, he is a yachty who can always do better, and he has been good at implementing the advice he has received for his next time on deck. As the deck team's captain, Keith has done a good job of motivating the group and making sure they have the strength they need to easily complete each charter. Keith has distinguished himself as the perfect below-deck yachty with his astute, team-focused attitude. Despite having less experience than some of the more seasoned yachties on Parsifal Roman III, Keith has managed to make the most of his knowledge. With more than 10 years of yachting expertise, Keith entered Below Deck Sailing Yacht Season 5 and knows the ins and outs of the sailing yacht like a pro. Keith has been working closely with longtime yachty Gary, and he has demonstrated that he is capable of handling any situation that comes up on deck. Throughout his tenure on the show, Keith has made it obvious that he is unmarried and amenable to dating, despite his flirtatious behavior with Danny Warren earlier in the season. As evidenced by the dramatic breakup of the love triangle in the previous season, boatmanship has never been completely successful on Below Deck Sailing Yacht. Nevertheless, Keith seems unfazed by the drama of his time on board Parsifal Roman III. On Below Deck Sailing Yacht Season 5, Keith seems to be taking his time establishing relationships rather than feeling compelled to do something simply because he is on board. Nothing is confirmed, but it appears that Keith and Chief Stew Daisy Kelliher might be getting to know one another while on the sailing yacht. By the end of the season, Keith might not be unmarried. Keith has been a huge source of humor on Bravo's Below Deck Sailing Yacht, while not being as prominent as some of the other more dramatic yachties. Although he knows when to be serious about his profession, Keith has made it apparent that he doesn't take his job too seriously. Throughout Parsifal Roman III, Keith's sense of humor has been a lifesaver, bringing the guests and crew together to laugh when needed. Keith is probably going to return for another season of Below Deck Sailing Yacht or another franchise series, even if nothing has been officially announced. Keith's time on Below Deck seems to have been enjoyable for the deckhand, even though he has yachty expertise and could probably work on board most super yachts he puts his sights on. Given that Gary is probably going to quit Below Deck Sailing Yacht in the future, Keith might come back and replace him.